Guys, ladies, gentlemen, Beno Bayo Janwaro, I am so sorry. First and foremost, yes sub, yes sub, किसकी गलती है? Who's gonna own up today? किसकी गलती है यार? क्यों
आप
इतने
ही
लेट?
बताइए।
मुझे बताओ क्यों इतने लेट? कैसे लेट? क्यों लेट? इतनी बदनामी ब्राउन मुंडे की, इतनी बदनामी. Are we
ये बदनामी
always gonna
थोड़ी
be
है।
like this? Yeah, are we always gonna be like this? Are we ever going to learn and get rid of this stereotype about desis and leaders and always?
Yeah, I mean,
ये-
you can take the desis out of their homeland. You cannot take what's the property within them, ना भाई.
बिल्कुल।
आप ही बताइए.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed, man. मैं आपके लिए embarrassed हूँ. कि यार 4 o'clock start, then 4:15 start, then 4:30 start यार. हाँ निधि वही बात हो रही है जो होती है. Episode 4, I don't think we've ever been early or on time.
Yeah.
Missing you, Nidhi bhai. We are very, 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 very much missing you. Like in the rest of the team is here, and we have someone making their debut. Special welcome to Sadiq bhai. He's come straight from the operating theatre. He's done it. We need to know कि लिवरपूल का क्या कोई ऑपरेशन हो सकता है. बाद में बात करेंगे.
बहुत पैसा लगेगा, बहुत
हाँ,
पैसा
पैसा लगेगा.
लगेगा।
हाँ. मुझे पता है लगेगा पैसा. Again, another desi stereotype. Straight away, paisa. Tell me how much first. He didn't ask about the what is needed. What is the problem? How much? How much? Daksh, of course. Thank you very much for coming in again. Hope you're doing well.
All good, bhai. Nice to be here again. Yeah, great panel again, yeah, and of course, welcome everyone to the chat as well, yeah.
Of course, yeah. Listen, I didn't lie. I said slight delay, brother. I will be with you 4:30. It's 4:30. We are here. So yes, Sadiq bhai. Oh, he has got the people in the chat already. What are you saying to this? Manas, क्या कहते हो?
नहीं, enough. वो तो हम I'm
हाँ?
sure धीरे-धीरे we'll get into it. But
अच्छा.
गलतियां तो हुई है. But
क्लॉप आउट नहीं है अभी. हैशटैग शुरू कर दे.
नहीं, ये जिसको करना है करेंगे. देखो मेसी किस कर रहा है वर्ल्ड कप. अयान, I am sure ये क्लॉप आउट does not mean much right now. Enough credit in the bank यार. For now.
यार.
But बहुत कुछ हुआ है. We'll get into it, I'm sure, Grizz.
Of course we will. Sakid, big up to Grizz. My name is Saeed. Stefan should start. कौन सा Stefan?
Bajcetic, I think he's out for the season, no?
Yeah.
उसने क्या अभी शुरू करना है? He's injured. He's done for the season.
He's done.
We have about we are done for the season. हो गया done.
Okay, done. Bas khatam.
He's out. He's out.
McAllister to Arsenal. I bet you would love that. I bet you would love that.
We need reinforcements in midfield, and none two better come out than McAllister, man.
लेकिन McAllister का profile तो नहीं चाहिए आपको. You need a ball winner. You need a Partey replacement, right?
We need a Partey replacement, and we need a Granit Xhaka upgrade, because both of them are getting on in their 30s. So, yeah, the thing is, it's just you need to start this refresh right on time. You can't really wait for these guys to fall off a cliff and then you start looking for replacements. And like a certain club right now.
किससे सीखना है. Of course, we are talking about Manchester United, Sadiq bhai. I don't know why you are talking about.
हमसे सबक सीखोगे तो गलती नहीं करोगे.
We are not talking about Liverpool. Liverpool, we will get into. Listen, so much to talk about, so much to get into. Last week हम absent थे. Late भी नहीं थे. Full absence ले लिया.
Full absence. हाँ, बंद हो गया.
Instead of late, which is like full absence था.
3 हफ्ते लगातार काम करने के बाद एक दिन छुट्टी बनती है.
एक दिन छुट्टी तो मिलती है यार.
यार हमने कोई improve नहीं किया कि improve the stereotype and reputation of this is यार. Our aim was to improve. We are taking it backwards.
Consolidation होता है.
Yeah. Kaisi, listen. Everyone in the chat, most welcome. We're going to get into it. As you enter the stream, do the honorable thing and the respectful thing. Like the stream, subscribe if you haven't. You know, जैसे मेहमान आते हैं घर में, you know, usually you take off the shoes, you know, सबको सलाम नमस्ते करते हो. So this is your version. Come inside to the stream, like the stream, फिर आगे बात होगी. वरना otherwise we're going to carry on waffling like we've been waffling about this and that. We're going to give you no insight, no opinion. We're going to talk about tea और क्या खाया था आज, क्या पिया था, dinner में क्या है, lunch में क्या है. Until you like the stream, we're not going to move on. You know what I mean? But कहाँ से शुरू करें? I think there's only one place. Well, many places, but I think we'll talk about the most recent one. Title मेरा गलत है, हाँ? Liverpool crash out of the Champions League. Limp out. क्या बोलते हो? मैंने तो limp देखा. Limp Liverpool. Liverpool fan goes first, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's only fair.
Yeah, I am not surprised कि मतलब जब ये ड्रॉ तो नवंबर में हुआ था, if you remember, वर्ल्ड कप के पहले, and mid March में हम एलिमिनेट हुए हैं. So this just feels like, you know, like you are in the fag end of your relationship with your partner and you know it's not gonna work out. You know, you are just waiting कि you rip the bandage apart. ये वही था ये मैच, कल का मैच बहुत, you know, like Jurgen Klopp के अंडर मेरे को कभी ऐसे, you know, like less hope कभी दिखा नहीं है. Like yesterday's game I had no hope, which I think it sucked. पहली बार अपने लाइफ में Jurgen Klopp era में I had no hope in a game, which hurts me more than getting eliminated. You know, हार जीत तो होती रहती है, फाइट भी होते रहता है, गलतियां होती हैं, बट ये सीजन तो लिम्प आउट, क्रॉल आउट. This season has been it's entirely been like a hangover. Like, you know, for those people who drink, you know, just can you imagine being hungover for the entire fucking 9 months of the season? It's like that. Because you have good, you know, even when you're hungover because you've had a lot of alcohol, और उसकी वजह से you've had good times. Case in point, आपने नापोली को हरा दिया है, आपने सिटी को हरा दिया है, यूनाइटेड के अगेंस्ट oh shit यूफोरिया हो गया, you know. But next day you play Bournemouth and then you play Brighton and then you feel hungry, you have greasy food, you feel shit about yourself. ये पूरा season it's like
ऐसे ही है, बिल्कुल. Paddy Neves कहता है, I thought you were going to Istanbul, bro. So I think maybe he's aiming at me because वो Jurgen Klopp की line ticket book है. I'm still going to Istanbul, bro. I love Turkey. मैंने तो जाना है, कबाब खाना ही खाना है. I'm going to Istanbul. Maybe to watch.
Just one thing I want to say कि ये जो इस्तांबुल के comments आते हैं काफी, and they are funny. I mean, you can't say.
ठीक है, banter होता है, चलता है.
And आपको थोड़ा मतलब you have to understand कि क्लॉप क्यों बोल रहा था, क्योंकि सब लोग का दिल टूट गया था. हम लोग लीग भी नहीं जीत पाए थे, 1 पॉइंट से रह गए थे. हम लोग चैंपियंस लीग भी 1 गोल से हार गए थे. सो अगर आप एक लिवरपूल फैन हो, वोट पॉइंट पे आपको कैसे लग रहा होगा?
Yeah, he didn't
he
do
behaved
it.
Like a father. He behaved like a father at that point and said कि भाई okay, nothing is.
Don't worry. Motivational है ना? He didn't do it to mock या arrogance. Yeah, for, you know, हाँ हम final में पहुंच जाएंगे. Don't worry. He was just trying to inspire. No, Baba says Divas. Baba is in UK still, I believe.
Yeah. He just did a tour of Wembley, if I'm not mistaken, a day ago or something.
I think
yes.
He's gone to Manchester and then to Scotland, I think.
He was in Manchester the day before yesterday. Yesterday. So I was supposed to meet him yesterday, like, and I had a day from hell. And I messaged him. I said, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I can't meet. Like, in Kall mein koshish karunga. I'm gonna message him today. Actually, see where he is. If he's in hopefully if he's in London anywhere, I will definitely meet up. Like, and Baba is on a tour of the stadiums. कर सकते हैं यार, कर सकते हैं, ऐसे बड़े लोग कर सकते हैं tours यार.
Baba is like the Todd Bowley of supporters.
ये मैं कह रहा हूँ, Todd Bowley का, you know, he's a Todd Bowley supporter, so of course समझ जाओ.
But Grizz bhai, yesterday was a very tough pill to swallow. I knew we were going to be out, but
क्यों
it
टफ
was
थी, क्यों टफ थी? Why was it? If you knew this, if you didn't have
no
any hope, अगर कोई
no
उम्मीद
it
नहीं
was
थी,
a tough pill because क्या
मेरे
होता
लिए
है
तो
ना
नहीं था. I honestly, no tough pill. I just watched the game to see enhance the strategy and to क्या कहते हैं वो final nail in the coffin कि ये squad ये era खत्म है, so Klopp will know what he has to do. Because if we went through, or if we performed a heroic achievement, maybe the owners and the management would start thinking, नहीं यार, अभी दम है. Do you know what I
नहीं
mean?
बट मैं समझ रहा हूँ आप क्या कह रहे हो टोटली गेट इट बट टफ क्योंकि आई वाज नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग आई एम नॉट डिप्रेस्ड एट व्हाट हैपेंड फॉर द 92 मिनट्स दैट वी सॉ कि मई से मार्च के बीच में जो इतना डिफरेंस आ गया ना between two teams it was so glaring and it was just so much and to see it twice it was just tough for me like because what one thing I keep saying on Menace in the Monkey हमें कभी being successful तो जाने दो being competitive for granted नहीं लेना चाहिए okay last season people were like oh fuck quadruple this that and I used to always like tell people, bhai, don't take this for granted. These are the best days. Enjoy it. Just enjoy it respectfully. And now we are in this position, and it's very tough because that era has come to an end, like you said, and there was like till last May there was no sign, Grizz bhai.
थोड़े
आप
से
कह
sign
सकते
थे,
हो आप
थोड़े से sign
हाइंडसाइट
थे.
में कह सकते हो थोड़े साइन थे बट आप समझ रहे हो व्हेन यू आर जस्ट ऑन द वर्ज ऑफ डूइंग द हिस्टोरिक थिंग अनथिंकेबल and then boom months later you can't win a fucking game at times so that was tough and that is
हाँ,
tough
I
वो
agree
मैं
with you.
emotionally बोल रहा हूँ
I agree with you. क्योंकि to see your team like this or suddenly like this within 9 months, ये tough हो सकता है. लेकिन दक्ष, आपने भी देखा था कि from look Arsenal from an Arsenal point of view in recent times, you was from the Invincibles every season competing. Suddenly you went into a almost decade हो गया है, ज़्यादा हो
19
गया.
साल हो गए प्रीमियर लीग को यार एंड 6 years half a decade for Europe Champions League basically. So like we have
So बात करने का मतलब ये है,
Hmm.
मैं ये मानस बोल रहे हैं कि these things you don't know when are they around the corner. Did you think that हाँ आपको भी 19 साल हो जाएंगे without even contention of a league title? Not हाँ content. I don't think you've been in a title race until
No.
this season before.
No.
For how long? Champions League, of course. How long? Did you anticipate, expect the downfall? और जब होता है ना, it seems like for like a good few number of years.
You'd think that initial years mein there would be a loss of competitiveness because of the move to the Emirates and the fact that Arsene Wenger was the only one who kept us in the top 4 in the shoestring budget. I mean, we were playing with relative unknowns in our squad and every few years हमें turnover करना पड़ता था because this team or that team would take our best players, would take our captains. Fabregas leaving, Van Persie leaving, you'd have your Nasris and your Clichés and everybody leaving, right? So it was like you were building a block, you've set the foundation, but somebody just swooped in and taken that foundation away. So like there was an element of economic realities hitting us, but we also took our participation in the Champions League. Chalo, Champions League money is still coming. Then towards the last years of Wenger's era, I think, when we went out of the Champions League and Europa League became a constant feature, अरे like ये क्या हो गया, ये क्या हो गया? And then you had a new manager जिसको who had to fill the boots of Arsene Wenger. No easy feat to do, by the way. उसमें finals तक गए, Europa League के हार गए, then उसको भी निकाल दिया because it wasn't really working out. Then this new manager, again, first big managerial job and he's managing Arsenal. चलो उसका CV अच्छा है Mikel Arteta का. He's worked under Wenger, Moyes and Pep. But क्या ये कर पाएगा? Second season out of Europe altogether. Right? Third season में लगा चलो finally Champions League, that again missed out. But Europa League में फिर से आ गए. So this is really the first season after, I would say, 2015-16 maybe, that we've been solidly competitive. um and so yeah man, अगर आप एक बार गिर जाते हो तो वापस क्लाइंब आउट करना बहुत मुश्किल होता है.
लेकिन देखा ना जो ओपनिंग हमारा कमेंट था एक आदमी का अबाउट क्लॉप आउट, where I'm trying to bring this opening chat is about, वो कहते हैं ना, careful for what you wish for. So Klopp out अभी बहुत आसान है for some sections of the fan base. नहीं यार बहुत गलती कर रहा है, यार बहुत गलती कर रहा है. He's too loyal, blah 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 blah. Wenger went through it. सादिक भाई आपकी तरफ आते हैं. And of course, since Alex Ferguson left, you know, everybody was saying, हाँ ठीक है Ferguson ठीक है आ जाएगा, new manager आएगा, Jose Mourinho, Louis van Gaal, top guys, David Moyes, Premier League proven. लेकिन once वही ना दक्ष की बात ना, once you get off that pedestal, sometimes doesn't matter how big huge club or up, sometimes it can be so difficult to jump back on.
Absolutely. मतलब if you see the difference between Arsenal, United and अभी जो लिवरपूल का हो रहा है, मतलब लिवरपूल का भी एक तरीके से फिलॉसफी वही है, जो क्लब कमाता है वही वो खर्चते हैं. मतलब यूनाइटेड को लोग बोलते हैं वी हैव स्पेंट एज मच एज सिटी, बट वही हमने खर्चा है जो हमने कमाया है. हमारे भी ओनर्स कुछ लगाते नहीं है क्लब के अंदर, लाइक दे आल्सो डोंट इन्वेस्ट एनीथिंग ऑफ देयर ओन. बट देन how and who is investing and spending that money is also very important. मतलब when Alex Ferguson used to bring in players, it's not that he did not have his failures. Anderson,
हाँ सब मैनेजर के होते हैं,
बहुत सारे हैं, मतलब वो उसमें होते हैं, लेकिन majority of them hit, and even if they did not hit, he made them hit. मतलब अगर आप कैरिक और क्लेवरली के साथ 13-14 का टाइटल निकाल सकते हो, that is like
that is like Jimmy Traore winning the Champions League for us, Haaaan.
Exactly. और वो कैरिक भी एक टांग वाला कैरिक था, उसका एक पैर तो खत्म था उस वक्त. So after that what happened? We gave the reins of the decision making to a banker in Ed Woodward. तो आपको अभी नहीं पता कि क्लॉप जाएगा तो ये जो FSG वाले हैं ये किसको लेके आएंगे, बिकॉज लिवरपूल एट दैट टाइम वाज इन दैट स्वीट स्पॉट. क्लॉप जैसा मैनेजर अवेलेबल था इन 2000 आई थिंक 14 में लाए थे, 14-15 में. हाँ, तो 14-15 में क्लॉप अवेलेबल था.
नहीं क्लॉप आया था 16 में.
तो क्लॉप अवेलेबल था आपके पास. और दूसरा ही हैड गॉन टू यूनाइटेड, बट यूनाइटेड हैड गिवन हिम दैट डिज्नीलैंड ऑफ फुटबॉल वाला इनफेमस प्रेजेंटेशन बाय एड वुडवर्ड. तब आप क्लॉप को बोलोगे डिज्नीलैंड में आके काम करो, तो वो बोलेगा तब आ जाओ यहाँ से. एंड देन ही वेंट टू लिवरपूल एंड द टू, और दोनों का वो एक सिनर्जी मैच कर गया क्लब का और मैनेजर का. दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आई मीन यू हैड some very great managers going to a club where they could not click with. तो वो भी एक है. So now that you have found that perfect person, all you need to do is कि, I mean the fans also will need to push the ownership कि भाई back this guy again. आपने 7 साल पहले किया, उसको 1.5 साल दिया, and you guys also know, you guys had those weird 7-2 kind of results in those first 2 years of Klopp. This is again the same cycle. You have to regenerate. I mean, none of us like in United's case, we have the financial muscle, but we don't have the footballing brain. The structure जो सिटी में है, सिटी जितना फाइनेंशियल पावर है लेकिन वो स्ट्रक्चर नहीं है जहाँ पे वो ऑन द फ्लाई रीबिल्ड कर लेते हैं. Liverpool has the structure, but they don't have the financial muscle at this moment to do that. But at least if you have the structure, then back the structure which got you 5 to 6 amazing years of football. 1.5 साल फैन बेस को भी समझना पड़ेगा. I mean, because this is a social media era fan base, तो उनको बर्दाश्त नहीं है कि they can sit down for a year and a half कि ठीक है, a year and a half we'll be in the doldrums. We will receive the banter. मतलब लोग हमारा मजाक उड़ाएंगे, दूसरी चीजें.
सही है.
1.5 साल के बाद हम आपको जवाब देंगे
बिल्कुल
on the pitch. So
exactly.
That kind of a thing has to be there in the fan base also. That okay, you have Klopp, a man who has done it and done it the so-called. I mean, there is no right way and no wrong way of doing it. But जो लोग बोलते हैं कि build किया, बट उसके लिए क्या जरूरी है कि जो मतलब क्लॉक ने भी जब बिल्ड किया, तो अगर आप देखो तो 350-400 मिलियन लगे उसके पीछे, अगर आप सारे साइनिंग्स देखो ये टीम बिल्ड करने
हाँ
में।
बिल्कुल लगेंगे और फिर लगेंगे।
फिर लगेंगे, बल्कि ज्यादा लगेंगे बिकॉज ऑफ द इन्फ्लेशन इफ यू काउंट इनटू
Hmm.
एट करंट स्टेज। तो दैट इज द थिंग, आपको थोड़ा सा ना मतलब फैन बेस विल हैव टू गेट आफ्टर द ओनरशिप, मतलब थोड़ा बहुत। आई डोंट से यूनाइटेड के फैन बेस, लेकिन आप देखो यूनाइटेड का फैन बेस जब भी चढ़ जाता है ग्लेजर्स पे, वो 3 दिन के अंदर कैसेमीरो का साइनिंग कर लेता है।
ऐसे ही बात है।
तो
हाँ
दैट हैज टू बी देयर। मतलब आई फाइल द लिवरपूल फैन बेस थोड़ा सा ना, मतलब वो जो पिछले 6 साल में प्रीमियर लीग टाइटल देख लिया, यूसीएल टाइटल देख लिया, दे वन एवरीथिंग, दैट हैज लाइक सॉर्ट ऑफ satiated the appetite a little bit, क्योंकि जो इतने सालों से एक हंगर चला आ रहा था।
एक मेरे ख्याल में, आई डोंट नो इफ मानस एग्रीज, फर्स्ट शाउट आउट टू स्कल फैगरी जो हमारे वीडियो एडिट्स करता है। आई एम गोना स्पीक इन
Big
उर्दू,
fan, by the
पंजाबी
way.
है, अपनी ज़बान में बोलूँगा, सो ही डजंट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम सेइंग अबाउट हिम। लेकिन ये हमारे वीडियो एडिट्स करता है। इफ यू सीन द बिग 6 वीडियो एडिट्स, यार जीनियस। आई एम गोना हैव टू से इट इन इंग्लिश, उसको समझ लग जाएगी। लेकिन ये पूरा जीनियस है, ये आदमी पूरा जीनियस। he's gonna go to Hollywood within 5 years, maximum 5 years. So, you know, जिसने autograph लेना है, subscribe to his channel, follow him, like him, because in about 5 years time he's going to be too famous for us. Way too famous, way too famous. So Matt, I've just cussed the shit out of you. I've spoken very badly of you. And now I'm going to go back to the show. You can piss off now. Bye. We have to spend again. We have to go again. Or Sadiq Bhai spoke a man from a man of experience. Manas, you have no doubts that Klopp is the man, and FSG have to back him. How long, if we do the right business, how far are we from coming back into contention? You can never guarantee koi aadmi, koi club owner, koi section fan base. No one can guarantee a title. No one can guarantee a Champions League. Man City se pooche, PSG se pooche. Lekin you have to be able to contend. When will we be back to contend with the titles? Is this a one-off? Just a dip?
Even when जो हमारा डिप आया है and we are playing bad और क्लॉप के डिसीजंस बुरे हुए हैं और इंजरीज भर भर के हुई हैं, इसके बीच में भी एक आउटसाइड पॉसिबिलिटी है कि हम टॉप 4 आ सकते हैं। ओके, अब वो टॉप 4 ट्रॉफी तो नहीं है, मैं जानता हूं। आई डोंट वांट टू साउंड लाइक अ सपोर्टर ऑफ अ स्मॉल क्लब, बट रियलिस्टिकली ये सीजन में अगर हम वो ले आए तो बहुत बड़ी बात है, कंसिडरिंग जो सब कुछ हुआ है। वो इम्पोर्टेंट होगा टू compete if you have a good summer where we sign। मेरे हिसाब से द बेयर मिनिमम मैं अभी बता रहा हूँ इज 1 सेंटर बैक, 1 राइट बैक और 2 मिडफील्डर। बेयर मिनिमम बोल रहा हूँ मैं। अगर हम ये कर दें डिसेंट प्लेयर्स के साथ तो हम लोग compete करेंगे नेक्स्ट ईयर। एंड एज ए लिवरपूल सपोर्टर अंडर क्लॉप हमें आदत हो गई है टू compete। ओके, वी आर नॉट स्पॉइल्ड ब्रैट्स कि
वही
यार
बात सादक भाई की बात बिल्कुल दुरुस्त है कि we are not spoiled, brats. The fan base isn't spoiled.
we are not spoiled, but now I think now
We should.
want to compete, and now we want to compete. So therefore this man has given us the best days of our life. He has worked miracles with the money others have spent compared to us. So he has enough credit to be the man next year to make this revamp happen, क्योंकि इसने किया है ना हमारे साथ। और आप हर प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में देखो, दैट मैन इज टेकिंग ओनरशिप। वो सच से दिल से बोल रहा है कि मेरे को रहना है और मुझे करना है ये। एंड आई थिंक इवन ही इज सिक एंड टायर्ड ऑफ बीइंग रिमाइंडेड कि माइंस में याद है 6-7 सीजन में क्या हुआ था, डॉर्टमुंड पे याद है 6 एंड 7 सीजन में क्या हुआ था, लिवरपूल में देख रहा है तो क्या हुआ था। वो खुद के लेगेसी के लिए भी, ओके, आई एम नॉट सेइंग वो सोच रहा है, बट आई थिंक इट इज सो इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर योर्गन क्लॉप दैट this is not his last chapter at Liverpool. His last chapter at Liverpool has to be different for his legacy at this club and his legacy himself as well. He has done wonders with Borussia Dortmund, back to back leagues जीता, इधर Premier League जीता है 30 साल के बाद, Champions League जीता है, what 97 points, blah blah blah. But he has to turn this around. He has never recreated a team. He's created a great team wherever he's gone. He's made a team, but now he finds himself in a situation जहाँ उसको ये वापस cycle करनी पड़ेगी. Okay, now this is where the legendary status of Jurgen Klopp will be established or not. He is a legend for me. He'll always be a club legend. But
This, for me, this will put him in the conversation of the greatest managers if he's able to turn it around. At the moment,
Exactly.
हमारा legend है. At the
हमारा
moment,
legend.
हमारे लिए greatest है.
Exactly.
Lekin we have to be honest.
Honest, yeah.
In the overall picture of the great managers, the Ancelottis, the Fergusons, the Pep Guardiolas, in order for him to become in that category, is it fair to say, guys, कि अगर इसने
I'm so sorry.
हाँ,
I'm so sorry.
of course, go for it.
I know the conversation that's going to happen. अगर Arsenal जीत जाएगा Premier League, public बोलेगी आर्टेटा भी तो जीता है. अब now Grizz भाई, what you and me have gone through as Liverpool supporters decades के through, that entire conversation आपको और मेरे को frustrating लगेगी. आप समझ रहे हो?
समझ रहा हूँ.
कि क्लॉप का 1 year 5 years में एक प्रीमियर लीग ट्रॉफी वो तो आर्टेटा ने भी कर लिया टाइप साथ साथ.
मैं वो बोल रहा हूँ, वो कॉन्वर्सेशन आएगा और चाहे कोई some people will prove it right as well. But my point is, आपने सही बोला, एज एन आउटसाइडर आप तो बोले रैनियर भी जीता है. So Klopp now needs to, like dig deep, be ruthless. What has Pep done? I'm so sorry, मैं थोड़ा लंबा, because I'm very passionate about this subject. Pep ने
दिखा passion.
चार सेंटर बैक खिलाए, चार सेंटर बैक खिलाए भाई उससे लाइप्जिग के अगेंस्ट एज हिज बैक फोर. वो एंजेलिनो को खिलाता था, काइल वॉकर को खिलाता था. ओ सेक्स फुटबॉल दिस दैट. लाया ना हालैंड, अल्टीमेटली हालैंड लाया ना, और चार सेंटर बैक ताकि सॉलिड हो आपका बैक फोर. वो कर रहा है ना, ही इज इवॉल्विंग एज वेल. सो मेरा सिर्फ ये पॉइंट है कि अब रियल मैड्रिड ने ग्रिज़ बाय फर्स्ट लेग में क्या किया, दे वर 2-0 डाउन. बेंजेमा ने खींचा, एंचेलोटी ने सबको खींचा, बोला कि भाई तुम सब बीच में पकड़ के बैठो. बेंजेमा मिडफील्ड में आ गया, उनका एक आउट बॉल था विनीशियस, बस वही खेलो नेक्स्ट 10 मिनट. and they scored 2 goals and now they've progressed. So we have to adapt, we have to evolve. Klopp has to evolve as well. I am a Klopp bhakt, but I am not deluded to say that good things need to change.
Of course.
बहुत सारे things need to change. Yes, sorry सादिक भाई, आप कुछ कह रहे हो?
पता है, Klopp is a great manager, no two ways about it, no one can doubt that. लेकिन जो एक चीज, again, that step towards that next level of greatness has levels to it,
बिल्कुल.
as they say. That next level towards greatness के लिए ना Klopp needs to be a bit of a bad guy kind of a thing. मतलब वो उसके अंदर वो गुंडा नहीं है जो हम बोलते हैं ना. एलेक्स फर्गसन हैड द गुंडा इन हिम. मतलब अगर रॉय कीन अपने प्राइम पे 2 मैच अच्छे नहीं खेलेगा, वो अगले 4 मैच बैठेगा, उसकी जगह निकी बट खेलेगा. यहाँ पे ट्रेंट, ठीक है, आई नो वी ऑल ऐसा लगता है कि राइवल फैंस आर ऑलवेज आफ्टर हिम ऑन हिज डिफेंसिव थिंग, लेकिन वी ऑल नो स्टार्ट ऑफ द सीजन ट्रेंट वाज हैविंग अ वेरी बैड टाइम. मतलब फॉर्म बोल लो, कुछ भी बोल लो, mentally he was not switched on. Trent was bad at the beginning of the season, which costed Liverpool a few games. तो उसमें ना what I saw was Klopp was playing him. 3-4 मैच लेट जाके उसने उसको ड्रॉप किया. He should have, मतलब that thing needs to come up. He's loyal to a fault एक तरीके से.
I totally agree with you. लेकिन कितनी बार हम बोलते हैं ना कि evolution of a club, player systems, formations, structure, managers have to evolve as well. Managers can take time as well to evolve. The जो उसका mission Mainz में था is different from उसका mission जो Dortmund में था. जो उसका mission Dortmund में था is different from the mission he's got in Liverpool. Now he has to probably accept and hope he's realized. And this is no disrespect. If any Mainz supporters देख रहे हैं या Dortmund देख रहे हैं, he's in a different animal now. He's got a different animal now in Liverpool. So he has to show it. Just a couple of comments बार-बार आ रहे हैं यार. Why no Baba in the stream, but his pick was in the thumbnail? Maaf kar do, yaar. Maaf kar do. Galti hogi, Baba. Pardon the pun. Or Ritik bolta hai, instead of Baba, there should be Daksh in the thumbnail. Yaar, listen, if you look at the thumbnail, right, we are all average looking. If we put Daksh in the thumbnail, then we are in trouble. Hamara kya fayda? Hamari koi value nahi hai. We can't have a pretty boy in the thumbnail, so theek hai yaar.
I'm
Daksh is
slightly
part of the team.
offended over here, but
No, to ho na, friend. I don't care. To ho, friend. If we add Daksh, if we add Papu Daksh in the picture, then there's no value for us. So that's the real reason. Pritesh sends in a super chat. He says, "Yeah, manas to yaar, pad yaar."
पर फोगी के अलावा किस मैनेजर ने इतना लंबा रिबिल्ड किया है? Probably Shankly and Clough all those years ago. We don't have such examples in modern day football. What he's trying to say is that Ferguson has done it for 3 decades, but we don't see it now.
I
Managers
had this
sticking.
debate. This is a very good super chat. It's very easy to say, yeah, rebuild. Lekin Pritish ka super chat is very on point.
Bang on, yeah.
Daksh, you tell us,
Yeah.
apart from Wenger, maybe did he rebuild Arsenal? Maybe 2 teams he done.
I wouldn't say he rebuilt Arsenal. He just stopped us from sinking. He just plugged the holes on a sinking ship really well. After
नहीं
Paddy
लेकिन
Vieira,
उसने दो लेकिन उसने एक तो ओरिजिनल
when
टीम थी
late
ना
90s 97 98 वाली टीम को उसने आके रिवैम्प किया
revamp
थोड़ा
किया.
सा
रिवैम्प किया एंड देन इनविंसिबल्स उसने फिर उस रिवैम्प टीम से
हाँ.
प्लेयर हटा के बनाया.
हाँ
Yeah.
Fergie done it 3 times. Fergie
Yes.
rebuilt 3 times Man United. Guardiola भी कह सकते हो कि he's remolded this Man City team. Squad का overhaul हो गया है. Not many, but he's right?
Yep. In a way, Pritish is absolutely correct because, like we were talking about, managers need to evolve. One of the most famous things about Fergie was, and Sadiq Bhai would agree, was that he used to change his assistant managers like this because the ideas should never get stale, right? He also always wanted to be challenged. You look at Pep as well. Pep, throughout his teams from Barca to Bayern Munich to Man City, he's always changed his assistant managers, sometimes even getting a complete novice like Arteta who did his coaching batches, agreed, but who no experience in a coaching staff before that, I would say, right? For Man City as well. So he is also somebody who wants to keep getting challenged. The thing about Wenger was, and somebody also mentioned in the chat, I think it was Gulazzo edits, was the fact that Wenger could not evolve after a certain point of time. He stuck with his favorites, with the Walcotts and the Oxlade-Chamberlains and whoever it was. He was loyal to a fault, which is what we're saying about Klopp right now. He is loyal to his players to the point that he's willing to die on this hill. The problem with Wenger was that he had so much faith in his players that they would pull through for him and whatever it is. But the opposite really happened. He dedicated his life towards Arsenal. He was always backing himself to be the right man. It's just the game passed him by. He could not evolve because he just stopped. I don't know. Even if he tried to get in new players, it just didn't work out for him. So either he stopped evolving because he had the same manager, the coaching staff and everything. But what Ferguson did is very hard to replicate for 2 reasons. One, managers don't want to stick around in the same club for such a long time. This is an anomaly that Klopp is saying, I want to stay here, right? Unless you're in a cushy, comfy club job where there's no real pressure to perform, you won't really go out. Here at Liverpool, you have pressure to perform not only domestically, but in Europe as well. You are expected to go against the big ones. So it's a high pressure job anyway. And उसके बाद भी वो कह रहा है कि I want to stay, मुझे यहीं रहना है. That is an anomaly. बहुत कम managers ऐसे होते हैं. And I'll tell you one thing. एक बार मेरे एक live stream में somebody asked, Daksh bhai, would you trade Vinicius for Saka? Vinicius such a great player and everything. Saka for us also great player. I said, देखो, ability wise, you could even argue कि Vinicius is much better than Saka. I would tend to agree that Vinicius is better than Saka. But the thing is, अगर Vinicius club में आया, वो 5 साल 6 साल कमाल कर देगा and then he'll want to move again. Saka brings you something that is he wants to play for the badge and ये बहुत stability तो है ही Grizz भाई. It's also about the fact साका टफ टाइम्स में भी ना क्लब के साथ 1-2 साल एक्स्ट्रा चिपक जाएगा. ही विल से ये मेरा क्लब है, मैंने इसको आई हैव बीन हियर सिंस आई वाज 8 इयर्स ओल्ड. एक जो लॉयल्टी होती है ना, आप इसको रिप्लेस नहीं कर सकते. मैं कहता हूँ whoever you consider the best manager in the world, you might want to bring him at Liverpool. Klopp ke alawa, whoever you consider the best manager in the world, he'll come, maybe he'll work out some miracles, maybe he'll freshen things up for a few years, and then आपकी hunt वापस शुरू हो जाएगी. यहाँ पे एक manager है जो चाहे कितना भी नीचे क्लब गिर जाए ना, he will stick by it. And loyalty एक बहुत underrated चीज होती है जो it is often overshadowed by ability. तो I think Klopp, apart from the fact that he has credit in the bank, वो तो लोग debate करते रहेंगे. The fact that a person wants to stay at an institution, is willing to go through the tough times with it and bring it back to glory now, I think that is very underrated. So back Klopp, he has the potential to do what Fergie did, but again, जैसे Fergie करता था, आपको इवॉल्व होना पड़ेगा. जैसे आप लोग कहते हो, आपका हेवी मेटल फुटबॉल अगर अब काम नहीं कर रहा है, या फिर इट ओनली वर्क्स फॉर 4 years एंड इट कैन हॉलो आउट अ टीम कंप्लीटली
Of
टू द
course.
पॉइंट, देन यू आल्सो हैव टू इवॉल्व, यू हैव टू चेंज द सिस्टम. पेप की बारसा एंड पेप की मैन सिटी में आप कुछ भी कह दो कि हाँ पोजेशन डोमिनेंट है, ये है, बट स्टाइलिस्टिकली कुछ ना कुछ तो डिफरेंसेस आएंगे, टैक्टिकली कुछ ना कुछ तो डिफरेंसेस होंगे. सो इवन ही इज इवॉल्विंग स्लाइटली आई वुड से. तो वो क्लॉप को भी करना ही पड़ेगा यार.
यार बहुत होगी सर्जरी सादिक भाई, लिवरपूल की
Actually,
बहुत सर्जरी होगी.
तो थोड़ा सा पेप का और एलेक्स फर्गुसन का डिफरेंस ये है, एलेक्स फर्गुसन केम फ्रॉम अ वेरी, why he had to change the manager, I mean his assistant so much, because he came from a very क्या बोलते हैं, root one rudimentary schooling of football. So he always wanted to adapt to what was going on in Europe, because when we talk about कि भाई पेप के आने से, पेप की बारसा से 4-3-3 became popular. No, as because I'm also a Barca fan as well from the days when Pep was a player. I mean, Pep has been one of my favorite players of all time. When he used to play that CDM, वो जो Rodri का Busquets का role है, the OG was Pep Guardiola for that. तो उस system को अगर आप देखो ना, तो it follows that Cruyffian philosophy, which has that base rooted that you need 3 defenders और आगे फिर आप पूरे game को चलाते रहो अपने तरीके से. तो Pep has that philosophy, which is a very diverse footballing philosophy, which is always there with him. वो सिटी में भी उसी रूट्स को अडेप्ट करता है. बट देन ये पॉइंट दक्ष का बहुत ही सही था कि आपको अपने असिस्टेंट्स भी बदलने पड़ते हैं. क्लॉप का पूरा स्टाफ ही तकरीबन सेम है, इसीलिए अब आपकी थोड़ी बात भी हो रही है कि यार क्योंकि क्लॉप हो गया, और इफ वी गो बैक सर एलेक्स हो गए, पेप गार्डियोला इज वन ऑफ दोज हु इज ऑन द ट्रेनिंग ग्राउंड हिमसेल्फ एज वेल एट टाइम्स, बट मेजॉरिटी मैनेजर्स आर नॉट ऑन द ट्रेनिंग ग्राउंड. तो आर द वॉइसेस हु आर टॉकिंग टू द प्लेयर्स ऑन द ट्रेनिंग ग्राउंड गेटिंग इनटू देयर हेड? क्या उनको समझ में आ रहा है, या उनको यही लग रहा है यार ये तो वही आवाज आ रही है, वही रोज डांट पड़ रही है, वही रोज हो रहा है?
लेकिन थोड़ा सा मुझे कॉन्फिडेंस है और उम्मीद है, एंड वी गोना एंड द लिवरपूल क्या कहते हैं फ्यूनरल सर्जरी. हाँ बहुत हो गया यार, मेरे से नहीं होता यार एवरीडे लिवरपूल मैन, आई एम फिनिश्ड. लेकिन थोड़ा सा इंकरेजमेंट होता है सादिक भाई, कि व्हाट यू सेड अबाउट क्या नाम है, बैकरूम स्टाफ, पर्सनल, थोड़ा सा क्या कहते हैं उम्मीद है, लाइट एट द एंड ऑफ द टनल, बिकॉज he's shown ruthlessness behind the scenes, I believe, because we discussed it, Manas, we discussed it on your show, I think, about the backroom staff. Sporting director tabdeel ho gaya, head of research changed, and now obviously Buvac left a few years ago. There is a change behind the scenes within the structure. We're going to get a new sporting director. We've got a new head of research, and on the pitch, जो हम उसको क्या कहते हैं, his biggest weakness to us is his loyalty to players like Milner, Keita, Ox. He's not been playing them, regardless they're fit and available now. So I'm thinking in my head that is finally क्या कहते हैं वो light bulb moment. He switched on that these guys. He's playing Bajcetic and Elliott instead of Naby Keita and Ox, for example. कल की बात करते हैं, he had Naby Keita, Oxlade, Chamberlain available. लेकिन उसने क्या choose किया मानस? He chose Fabinho and Milner. So I think he's ready to be ruthless. लेकिन the ultimate test will be the summer, and I think we will see. If we don't, then we're going to be swallowed up in the doldrums again, and it's going to take 4 or 5 years to come back again, like we've been discussing. लेकिन लिवरपूल की बात छोड़ते हैं यार, Daksh, you mentioned Haaland. We've mentioned Haaland a couple of times. Leipzig is not a Leipzig is a good team, man.
Hmm?
Man City, yeah, is it their season finally, you think? Or where do you put them in the category of favorites for the Champions League?
It's a very difficult team to analyze personally for me. I'll say this why, because you see the City team in the league, they'll struggle to score against Crystal Palace, who've not had a shot on target in what 2023, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Defensively, be they're not that great. I would say they have some decent young players and everything, but unko break down karne mein they'll struggle. Then comes a team like Leipzig, jinko, even though stylistically Leipzig tried to get at them because they want to win and everything. Decimated Leipzig, matlab pushed away for nothing. And people saying कि Haaland ने सिर्फ tap-ins करे, भाई बंदे की idea of positioning and everything की दाद देनी पड़ेगी यार. मतलब will it be their year? Possibly, because I'll tell you one thing, Grizz bhai. If you notice City in the league and City in the Champions League, na, the hunger is very different. For the Premier League, it looks like ठीक है भाई weekend पे game है, चलो इसको भी निभा लेते हैं, sort of thing. They do want to win it. They won't be opposed to winning it. जीत गए तो अच्छी बात है, नहीं तो they know अरे कोई बात नहीं, at the end तो हम खींच ही लेते हैं, हर साल खींच लेते हैं. Everyone on the analysis, any show you go to, everyone will be like City goes on this X amount of wins, City pulls up this win streak in February, March, April, whatever it is. हमको भी लगा हुआ है, उनको भी लगा हुआ है कि हम तो निकाल लेते हैं एंड में. चैंपियंस लीग की भूख अलग है उनकी. It feels like जो पेप कह रहा था ना, we don't have that fire in the Premier League जो आर्सेनल के पास है. They have that fire in the Champions League. They desperately want to win it. And it's not even 3-0 का स्कोर हो गया, चलो let's take our foot off the gas, let's look forward to the Premier League. Statement. आज statement ऐसे देंगे that every other club will not want to be drawn to us. एक psychological damage उनको उसी टाइम हो जाएगा when our name is drawn against them.
Have you noticed कि उनका वो aura नहीं है जो, of course, Real Madrid, even Liverpool, even Manchester United के पास है. Man City still teams, if they're drawn again in this country, in terms of Premier League domestic cup competitions, nobody wants to face Man City. लेकिन Champions League में वो aura नहीं है. क्या ख्याल है? I don't think they've got that aura yet. Will that come when they win it? Until they win it?
अगर आप मुझसे पूछ रहे हो ना, I think it's a team where we're pretty much seeing that aura being established and stamped down right now. Yeah. अभी तक क्या है, सिटी पेप ओवरथिंक करके मोनाको से हार गया, पेप ओवरथिंक करके फलाना टीम से हार गया, पेप ने फाइनल में ओवरथिंक करके चेल्सी से गोल खा लिया विद देयर न्यू मैनेजर, 6 महीने में उनको चैंपियंस लीग दिला दिया. You might argue that City don't have that aura right now, but I cannot accept the fact that anybody is going to be rubbing their hands. Oh, we're going to face Man City in the Champions League. Nobody. And if they're doing it, they're lying to you.
They're crazy.
There might be other teams, of course, you might be more scared of, but nobody's going to think, whew, Man City hai bhai, chalo bach gaye. No. They know the second they drop their concentration against Man City. मैं कह रहा हूँ, Man City कि आप intensity of play में the kind of motivation they have in the Champions League वो Premier League में बिल्कुल नहीं है. I would say if they are 5 on 10 intense in the Premier League, Champions League में उनकी intensity 11 on 10 है. मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ ना, it was so easy for them to just let off after 3-0. Let off. It was easy for Pep to withdraw his players. कभी भी कर लेता. मैं तो कहता हूँ, I'm surprised he took off Haaland after 5 goals and everything. वो नहीं करेगा. This 7-0 was a deliberate कि भाई हमें अपनी authority stamp करनी है. How dare you not take us seriously kind of thing. For me, you are seeing City trying to establish itself as a force of reckoning, a reckoning force in the Champions League.
Sadiq bhai, are they then in that case, according to Dutch, that this was a statement win and they are ready to be a force in Europe? Of course, we know they're a force they own the Premier League. लेकिन क्या आपके ख्याल में, is it their year? Are they one of your favorites? Well, forget. Of course, they're one of the favorites, but are they the favorite?
I would not coin them the favorite still, because if I go back in time and associate a team with this City team, it reminds me of that late 90s wali Manchester United before the 99 Champions League win. We were doing 4 out of 5 titles.
बिल्कुल।
इंग्लैंड को डेसिमेट कर दिया था यूनाइटेड ने, मतलब देयर वाज नो वन स्टैंडिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ यूनाइटेड इन इंग्लैंड. But whenever you used to go to Europe, 4-0 by Barcelona dropped. Juventus eliminating us in semi-finals and quarter-finals. मतलब वो एक वो नहीं था कि somehow by some way or form United found a way to get eliminated out of Europe in that time.
जैसे मैन सिटी करती है अभी.
हाँ, जैसे मैन सिटी. Exactly, it's the
Exactly.
same. मतलब
Ferguson की भी tactics in Europe used to be different from the Premier League. Suddenly he would play different formation, different holding midfield player, all kinds of things.
Have I just jammed out?
चलो आवाज आ रही है, पिक्चर थंबनेल के लिए इस्तेमाल कर लेंगे. आवाज आ रही है, मेन थिंग. Yeah, बिल्कुल सही है.
हाँ,
you're on mute.
Exactly the same.
No, sorry, no, you Manas was on mute, sorry, no something like.
मतलब वही सेम एग्जैक्ट डिटो चीज है. इवन फैंस का भी जो एक राइवल फैंस का भी एटीट्यूड है ना. यूनाइटेड हैड जस्ट कम अप, और उस टाइम पे जो मेरे लिवरपूल के जो स्कूल के सीनियर्स होते थे वो यही कहते हैं, तुम लोग नए नए आए हो, अभी चले जाओगे. जैसे अब हम यूनाइटेड वाले कहते हैं उनको कि तुम चले जाओगे थोड़े टाइम में. इट्स वेरी eerily similar. So we'll take that one win once they win the competition.
I believe
where they like, ठीक है हम जीत गए, we didn't lose, we didn't bottle it, quote unquote, this time. Then it gives that confidence कि ठीक है हम इंग्लैंड में तो कर रहे थे, अब हम यूरोप में भी कर सकते हैं. So it will take that one win for them.
तो फिर चेल्सी के बारे में क्या ख्याल है, सोच? Of course I wanted to get back because last time we spoke, Manas, they were going through hell, and I said to him, just relax. Relax. Potter is a good coach. He needs time, nothing else. He doesn't need money. He doesn't need new players. Yaar, he's got enough players to last a decade. Leave him alone now. Don't give him any players. Don't give him any monies. Just give him time on the training ground, and eventually he will come good. Fast forward 3 weeks. अभी क्या ख्याल है? Chelsea is looking, in my opinion, मैंने टाइटल में तो लिखा है dark horses, and it's not a clickbait title. I genuinely believe they could be dark horses in the Champions League. आपका क्या ख्याल है?
यार चेल्सी जब भी चैंपियंस लीग जीता है वो डार्क हॉर्स ही रही है.
हाँ, ये भी बात सही है.
बायर्न म्यूनिख के स्टेडियम में, मतलब बायर्न डोमिनेटेड देम, डेसिमेटेड देम इन दैट गेम, और वो जीत गए पेनल्टीज में. फिर जब भी, जैसे अभी दर्श ने रिसेंटली बोला कि मैन सिटी के अगेंस्ट, मतलब वो सीजन में भी टूकल बीच में आया था, लैम्पार्ड सैक हुआ था. अभी भी टूकल सैक हुआ है और नया मैनेजर आया. सो देयर आर सो मेनी सिमिलैरिटीज. आप डोमेस्टिकली स्ट्रगल कर रहे हो, नया मैनेजर आया है, यू आर नॉट वन ऑफ द फेवरेट्स. चेल्सी कैन डू इट, देयर इज नो रीजन व्हाई. अभी तो 5 मैच है यार, आपको 5 मैच नेविगेट कर रहे हो, यू आर किंग्स ऑफ यूरोप. इट्स अभी तो. और आप देखिए, आप ड्रॉज देखिए अभी. आपके पास 2 मिलान क्लब है, बेनफिका है, ओके, एंड नापोली है. सो आप बोल सकते हो कि लाइक 55-60% of the draw, Chelsea would be fucking okay with it. They just want to avoid your Real Madrid, your Man City, and Bayern Munich.
You want to avoid Napoli. You want to avoid Napoli.
Then of course, Sadib, I get it. But मेरा point है, आपको बेनफिका भी वैसे is in the form of the life.
Yes.
मेरा सिर्फ point है कि अगर आप चेल्सी हो और आप अंडरडॉग हो, आपको ऐसा कुछ ड्रॉ मिल गया, आप you will be like, ठीक है हम सेमीफाइनल पहुंच सकते हैं. And it's so funny कि 3 हफ्ते में कैसी चीजें चेंज होती हैं. Now suddenly Potter is smiling, fist pump दे रहा है साला, मतलब like he's doing things that Klopp does, but and don't be surprised guys if now Chelsea have a late charge for the top 4. आप भी surprised?
I think top 4 तो थोड़ा सा
out of reach.
I know out of reach है, but मेरा सिर्फ ये कहना है कि टॉटनहम बीइंग टॉटनहम कुछ ना कुछ तो गलत होगा उधर. न्यूकासल अगर स्लिप कर गया तो कर गया. हम और ब्राइटन है. मैं सिर्फ ये बोल रहा हूँ, अगर उनके 39 पॉइंट्स अप फॉर ग्रैब्स है, चेल्सी 30 पॉइंट ला सकता है. ओके, अब वो 30 पॉइंट इनफ होता है कि नहीं, आई एम सेइंग कि वो पुश करेंगे. मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि वो आएंगे टॉप 4 में, बट उधर भी एक मोमेंटम बिल्ड होगा. And Chelsea,
I think in their fixtures in the Premier League, both खराब है Chelsea के. लेकिन चैंपियंस लीग में जो हम टीमें देख रहे हैं दक्ष, इफ वी गो थ्रू सम ऑफ दीज टीम्स,
Yeah.
मैन सिटी के तो हमने बात की है, ठीक है, राइट, मैन सिटी, ठीक है, वी ऑल नो वन ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट कोचेस with one of the most expensively assembled squads, have to be considered favorites by default.
Yeah.
Bayern Munich, they started off very rustily, injuries, few arguments in the squad, everything. Slowly but surely, Nagelsmann is putting his imprint on the team. Mujhe wo bhi na, I think, of course, Bayern Munich is Bayern Munich, just by name again. They have that aura and heritage. Like, even as a playing unit, I think they will be dangerous. What's your thinking on Bayern Munich? One of the favorites?
So I work for a family that is like a full generational Bayern Munich supporter. From, I would say, 60s 70s se support kar rahe hain. And by the things they tell me about the club and everything, you're right about the aura. As this playing unit, yeah, the best thing that Bayern Munich does now, and call it whatever, call it the structure of the league, they know ये प्लेयर हमें पसंद है, हम ले लेंगे, एंड प्लेयर उनको मना भी नहीं करते. मतलब दे हैव, पहले थॉमस मूलर इतना यंग आया था व्हेन ही जॉइंड बायर्न म्यूनिख. नाउ ही इज, चलो, टुवर्ड्स द एंड ऑफ हिज करियर एंड व्हाटएवर, they're already getting all these players, Tell, Musiala, and or भी that Ajax lad, what's his name, ये हाथ नहीं
Gravenberch.
राइट, उसको खिलाते भी नहीं है, बट वो भी है उनके पास. So the point is, they've already, Bayern is this constant state of growth, evolution, change, वगैरह वगैरह. They never stop. उनको आप नहीं रोक सकते, because they just know the kind of players they want. They will not overspend it. They will walk away from deals that they don't really want, and they'll get the kind of players, whether it's from the Bundesliga, whether it's from the rest of Europe. So you're right. The thing is, Bayern is always like a well-oiled machine. Yeah, like efficiently, pure German engineering के जैसे आप कहते हैं ना, efficiently they will dispatch it off. Nothing flashy, nothing great, solid at the back, clinical at the front, stable in the midfield. It's like a very, very good team, and it's very hard to beat as well. कुछ ही teams can come and always boast the fact कि यार हम आए थे Bayern Munich, हमने खेला था Bayern Munich के against, and we can absolutely dominate them and will not give them a sniff. Very few teams can do that. So I think one of the least favorite draws for any team in these last 8 will be Bayern Munich. बहुत efficient.
Least favorite से सादिक भाई आते हैं, most teams will want, and this is, if we rewind, I don't know, 20 years, maybe more, it would be unheard of कि हम यहाँ बैठते और कहते कि oh यार, I want to draw AC Milan, or I want to draw even Inter Milan. लेकिन देखो ज़माना देखो यार. We actually, if I was in the Champions League still, or I don't know if you guys think the same, I'm of the opinion, अगर हम draw में होते मानस, so I want Inter Milan or AC Milan tomorrow. 100%, guys.
I would want AC Milan. Sorry, Sadik bhaiya.
I think more than Inter, AC Milan right now, because Inter still has that, क्या बोलते हैं, defensive dog है उनका, वो game खराब कर सकते हैं और 2 legs में they can pull it out. AC Milan is hot and cold, either extreme पे चलते हैं.
Inter Milan में ठीक है, हाँ, they have got a system in place. Bastoni is still good.
Skriniar,
his head is not there. He knows he's leaving. Barella hai. But still,
Lautaro Martinez can pull out a game on his own sometimes.
Still though, the standard of those two teams, historic clubs, because minus Napoli, that's the team that everybody wants to avoid right now, including Man City, including Bayern, maybe even Real Madrid. That's the team you want to avoid right now, right?
Yeah, see, in the quarterfinal, unfortunately, you can't avoid anyone. Matlab, the point is that Champions League quarterfinal mein, you have to face the best. And apart from the so-called big names आप जो हमने mention किया है, जो फिलहाल are Real Madrid, Manchester City and Bayern Munich. तो उसके बाद I think toughest draw नापोली है, जो सादिक भाई ने भी कहा. नापोली, apart from playing really good football, apart from just everyone's second team in the Champions League, आप कह सकते हो अभी नापोली है.
हाँ.
They have momentum, the sheer momentum
They're the Brighton of the Premier League.
of the Champions League. Yeah. मतलब everyone wants to see Napoli succeed क्योंकि आप मैराडोना मरा, फिर अर्जेंटीना वर्ल्ड कप जीता, फिर अभी नापोली लीग जीतने वाली है. अगर चैंपियंस लीग जीत जाएगी तो मतलब हेवन wherever that man is, उधर एक ऐसी पार्टी होगी जो everyone would want to be there even while living on earth. अगर नापोली does the double. And
Unbelievable.
Saliba is wearing Napoli colors in a way. Maybe it is destined that Napoli win the Champions League. But यार मेरे को लगता है कि Champions League
It's going to be too much for them.
they are good enough, but Champions League इतना हरामी है ना. The competition is so unforgiving. I think it is between Bayern Munich and Real Madrid again. Like मैं Bayern Munich को देखता हूँ. पवार्ड स्टैनिशिच आपके राइट बैक से, आपके पास अल्फोंसो डेविस और कैंसेलो लेफ्ट बैक, आपका सेकंड गोलकीपर सॉमर है. बाय द वे दे आर प्लेइंग दिस सीजन विदाउट देयर कैप्टन एंड देयर बेस्ट प्लेयर नॉयर. फिर आपको उपमाकानो सडनली उभर के आ गया. अभी डिलिक्ट हैज सेटल्ड इन. यू हैव द बेस्ट डबल पिवट इन वर्ल्ड फुटबॉल पीरियड इन द मिडफील्ड. आपके बेंच से साने माने नाबरी आ रहे हैं. हद है. Real Madrid don't have that depth.
नहीं, रियल मैड्रिड के पास इतना डेप्थ बिल्कुल नहीं है. बिल्कुल नहीं है. Bayern is favorites, guys.
I think Bayern favorites.
Dax?
I think it will be City. I think it's like this. For me, जैसे मानस ने कहा ना, unforgiving है.
Dax is playing mind games.
No.
मुझे अभी समझ आया.
मेरा तो पर्सनल इंटरेस्ट है for City to go far in the Champions League.
बिल्कुल. मैं यही बोलने वाला था. This is why you're pushing them so they are distracted from the Premier League.
Yeah.
समझ गया बात.
For me, I don't remember the last time a team won the Champions League playing beautiful football like we associate with Napoli right now. Efficient teams always win the Champions League. I think if you're clinical up front, you win the Champions League, whether it's Madrid, whether it's Chelsea भी, they might get dominated. एक बार Havertz को through कर दिया, goal, right?
Game खत्म.
Same with Bayern Munich, same with Madrid, whatever. आपको कुछ भी करना है. And I think Pep भी ना, I don't know, I wouldn't say, it's a little too early to say he's being a little pragmatic about this. I'm not saying कि हाँ कोई टीम ब्यूटीफुल फुटबॉल नहीं खेलती. They can be efficient and beautiful, but आप सिर्फ सुंदर aesthetically pleasing फुटबॉल के बेसिस पे बहुत कम टीम्स आई वुड से चैंपियंस लीग जीती हैं. आई वुड से अगर आपके पास क्लिनिकल है, आप क्लिनिकल हो, आप एफिशिएंट हो, दैट्स द ओनली टाइम. बिकॉज यू हैव टू बी रूथलेस इन दिस लीग. आपके पास एक चांस आता आपको करना है, बिकॉज नहीं तो आप एलिमिनेट हो जाओगे. सिंपल सी बात है. देयर आर जस्ट टू मेनी अननोन्स एंड वेरिएबल्स इन अ गेम. लास्ट जो फर्स्ट लेग हमने देखा था लिवरपूल एंड मैड्रिड वाला, कोर्तवा के घुटने से बॉल लग गई, एलिसन की क्लियरेंस फिनिशर्स पे लग गई, ऐसे मोमेंट्स आ जाते हैं एंड then it's over. You're a goal down. So I would say the team which is more efficient, and I think City are starting to get a little more efficient and little less aesthetically pleasing in front of goal. I think I'll put them as the favorite. And मेरा तो personal preference तो है ही for them to go as far in the Champions League as they can. जितना दूर जा सकते हो जाओ, जितना आपका distraction है करो.
ये efficiency की बात ना, I think you're spot on, क्योंकि Haaland's signing is only for that because
कितने कम टचेस एंड कितने ज्यादा गोल्स, राइट?
He's a machine. It's not fair.
नहीं, बट क्या होता है ना गाइस, जब भी आप कोई गुंडों के अगेंस्ट खेलते हो ना, विच आर रूडिगर, आलाबा, जो मारपीट पे उतरते हैं,
Militao, Nacho, Carvajal.
When I say गुंडे, मैं अच्छी तरीके में बोल रहा हूँ.
I know what you mean.
These guys, like, they are gangsters on the fucking football field. Again, in the best way possible. You can have all these games against Leipzig, your Crystal Palace, your Brighton.
बिल्कुल.
These guys, they get a sniff of the ball. Grizz भाई आपने देखा, boom, Rose Ed at Anfield.
100%.
Like, they don't, tiki-taka balls. They're like, fuck it, dush, bhag Vinicius. And then they build. And someone is saying, thank you for not picking Real Madrid as favorite. That is like saying water is wet. Like, obviously Real Madrid, we are trying to add more value to this conversation. So by just saying Real Madrid favorite है, वो तो obvious we are stating.
Mudit sends in a super chat, says, Grizz Baji, I have lived away from my family for 4 years now, miss my friends and these discussions in India. Your show has brought back memories for me. Thank you for this show. Big up Grizz and the panel. Thank you very much. And we are happy to remind you of your family and discussions in India. That's so nice to read and hear. Ash says, bro, Grizz Hindi bolta hai. Sorry for all the hate, bro. अच्छा इसका मतलब है ठीक है
क्या कहते हैं चाशनी में डुबो के
मारा है ठीक है चलेगा okay I accept it apology accepted
Sadiq bhai, who's your favorite in the Champions?
Yeah, I would be going मतलब obviously Real Madrid तो है ही when you talk about Champions League तो Madrid तो आप बोलते ही
that's boring talk we don't do boring talk on this show
on the basis of this season and someone who has watched कुछ 20-25 गेम मैंने प्रॉपर नापोली के देखे हैं इस सीजन पता है everyone talks about Kvaratskhelia, Victor Osimhen, but you know the real source of Napoli's form this season? Lobotka. Not even Anguissa. Anguissa is at box to box. Anguissa की जगह वो Elmas को ले आते हैं कभी-कभी वो काम कर लेता है. Lobotka is the closest thing I've seen to 2012-13 वाला सर्जियो बुस्केट्स का जो रोल था ना. People don't रेट के वो टीम में लोग मेसी की बात करते हैं लोग बात करते हैं जावी इनिएस्टा विदाउट बुस्केट्स दैट टीम विंस नथिंग दैट इज लोबोटका फॉर दिस टीम लोबोटका एंड द अदर प्लेयर दैट नो वन टॉक्स अबाउट जिसको आई होप मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड देखे उसकी तरफ बिकॉज वी नीड क्या बोलते हैं नहीं वी नीड अ गोलकीपर एक्सेल मेरिट
अच्छा
ब्यूटीफुल मतलब ऑन द फीट on the ball the only goalkeeper मतलब क्योंकि last season when I was looking at numbers and scouting reports and everything no goalkeeper came आप जब FB रेफ पे डालते थे ना goalkeepers तो उसमें आते हैं साथ में एलिसन के बराबर कोई गोलकीपर कोई आता ही नहीं था comparison this season we have Axel Merit coming in those numbers we have Courtois always obviously has lifted himself up Costa उतना अच्छा नहीं है उसने short stopping desirable it leaves a little bit but Axel Merit has been very good which people are not talking about क्योंकि उनके लिए बहुत easy whenever they are under the press ना बहुत ज़्यादा press में आते हैं ना या तो लोबोटका स्क्रीन करके बॉल निकाल जाता है या वो पीछे एक्सेल मेरिट को प्ले कर देते हैं और प्रेस को वो काट देते हैं तो वो अक्सर कहते हैं if Napoli faces a counter pressing team अगर if you watch जो लिवरपूल ने हराया था नापोली को एक मैच एनफील्ड पे उसमें लोबोटका का गेम बहुत ऑफ था
यार
the game where Lobotka goes off Napoli has suffered
Napoli can't function यार मेरे obviously I think neutrals वही बात कि neutrals की टीम तुम Napoli है लेकिन I think it's very hard to call this Champions League this season very hard to call Lekin I'm unfortunately with Daksh. I don't want Man City to win it, but I think they're my favorites. I think Man City will they got to unless they get drawn with I don't know
Madrid next.
Bayern. I think I don't rate Bayern as highly as some of you guys. Just
Bayern has that one game where they concede 3 goals.
Yeah.
है उनमें है इस season. This season they have
the reason for that tendency is because of their coach. He's a madman. He's one of the most positive attacking managers since Kevin Keegan. यार वो पागल है. He's Kevin Keegan with tactics. Kevin Keegan के पास तो tactics नहीं थे ना. He's just attacking. लेकिन Nagelsmann is like Kevin Keegan with tactics. He's so attacking. पूरा
Nagelsmann is like Deserve on steroids.
हाँ बिल्कुल.
But second leg में PSG के against it was not that. It was defensive and how and that is something. So we cover Bundesliga and we cover Bundesliga at Sony in India. मैं वो second leg देखा and I was like कि fuck. I was impressed and happy in a way कि भाई they are sitting deep. They're like they changed their high line to deep line, whatever you want to call it. they're not giving room to Messi and Mbappe to run into that space, you know. So उधर वो versatility दिखी, और मैं खुश हूँ एज ए न्यूट्रल कि भाई ही इज अडेप्टिंग, बिकॉज आप फर्स्ट लेग में आप देखो जब एम्बापे बेंच से आए वो हाईलाइन खेल रहे थे, पिट रहे थे, ऐसे लग रहा था 2-3 गोल खा लेंगे, एंड आई वाज स्कैर्ड कि मतलब पीएसजी विल टर्न दिस अराउंड, बट सेकंड लेग दे सैट डीप एंड दे वर, इट वाज द मोस्ट बोरिंग 2 legs आई हैव एवर सीन. बट लिवरपूल को भी ये बोलते हैं ना दक्ष कि जब लिवरपूल टॉटनहम के अगेंस्ट फाइनल जीता, ओ इट वाज द मोस्ट बोरिंग फाइनल, आई गिव टू फक्स अबाउट दैट. लिवरपूल जीता.
Yeah.
और अगर
बिल्कुल.
आप बायर्न फैन को पूछोगे, they wouldn't care. They've qualified. They've made PSG look like wolves or any team that you want to take. मतलब they offered nothing. So I
Top
am giving a lot of credit to Bayern for that.
Top G पूछ रहा है संजय नसीब, how much to come on this live stream now? यार call in show Saturday 7:30 free. बिल्कुल free. आजा यार, Saturday night call in show 7:30 call in Khan. आ गया ना मेरा दोस्त, आ गया ना मेरा दोस्त.
Big Steve.
Big Steve is in the building. He says, Grizz, can I have your room in Istanbul? Steve, I'm going to answer in Urdu. Oh bhai, tu mera pura hotel le le. कमरा नहीं, पूरा होटल तू मेरा ले ले यार. You're that rich. Basically, Steve, you can have the whole fucking hotel. Never mind a room, son. Good on ya. Get in there. As I've said, I've made you favorites.
Yeah.
In case you missed it.
Is that the same Big Steve that we've seen a few times?
I hope so. Message me if it is you, unless it's someone I don't know if anybody would want to look like Steve. With his profile picture. So I'm assuming it's definitely Steve. Yeah.
But it's the same guy जिसका वो Don Robbie के साथ वो clip viral हुआ है.
Exactly. Yeah. So hopefully it is Steve. Otherwise, some strange bloke want to look like Steve. Yeah.
The world is a funny place, huh? Grizz, I never know.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. But Sadak bhai आते हैं आपकी टीम तरफ से. आपकी team is in the Europa League in few minutes. In fact, we better wrap up. So
In 9 minutes, yeah.
your favorites, surely favorites in the Europa League right now. I can't imagine who else is Arsenal here. So Arsenal. Oh, sorry.
बराबर में बैठा है.
But I think their
focus.
But I think their focus is, or should be, solely.
Yeah.
Or maybe isn't. Like in Man United's focus now. Of course, you're still in the FA Cup, right? But surely
cup competitions are our real focus right now.
But Europa League is. I'm looking at the teams and I'm thinking Juventus वो team नहीं है, right? Arsenal, United, anybody else? Guys, help me out. Lazio.
Sevilla is back in form. Once they broke the Europa League, 5 match जीत गए out of 6, including the league. It's like, you know, Sevilla needed to hear that Europa League theme. Now we're back home. Now we're back home. Sevilla का ना वो जाग गया अंदर से. अच्छा, हम अब घर वापस आ गए.
यार अजीब टीम है यार. They only live and survive for
Europa League.
मतलब Sevilla can actually do this, huh? Sevilla can actually do this. They might get relegated to Segunda Division and win the Europa and play Champions League next year.
Unbelievable. This is a good one. Sevilla in Europa League is like Real Madrid in the Champions League.
Yep. Mourinho's Roma is also there.
लेकिन United, I'm not.
और हमें मिलेंगे ये because they are sending us to the tour of Spain ना पूरा. मतलब हम पहले we started from Sociedad, मतलब वो कौन सा शहर है? Sociedad का शहर अच्छा नाम है उसका.
San Sebastian.
हाँ, San Sebastian. Then we went to Barcelona. उसके बाद अभी हम Seville में ही हैं playing Betis. Probably we'll extend our stay in Seville, play Seville again. Go back to San Sebastian, play Sociedad in the semi-finals, and then go to Budapest to play the final.
Yeah, we need someone. Honestly, we need someone to stop Manchester United. I'm not gonna survive.
Oh yeah.
अब तो आदत, मतलब this is like a flashback to bad times in life. सह लेंगे ग्रिज भाई, हमने सहा है. Now तो I've been exposed to alcohol as well, so the pain numb. I can drink myself to sleep. No, but on a serious note, I think their era is starting now.
नहीं नहीं भाई, प्लीज ये एरा वाली बातें नहीं करो.
Ten Hag, no, I didn't mean in that way, but
7 जूते पड़े उसके लिए, 7 जूते पड़े.
7 bottle vodka काम मेरा. But the point is, मेरे को लग रहा है यार, these guys are gonna like improve every season under
Yeah.
Ten Hag. I am just hoping, Chris bhai, ये summer is good for us so that we compete again. मेरे को तो सिर्फ I just want us to compete because next season आप देखो Arsenal is gonna again strengthen. Chelsea
अच्छा
तो
ग्रिज
और
भाई,
400 मिलियन खर्चा करेगा, यूनाइटेड करेगा, सिटी करेगा, Spurs somehow
आपसे
they will find someone.
आपसे एक छोटा सा सवाल है मेरा. मेरा ग्रिज भाई से एक छोटा सा सवाल है. आपको काफी खबरें इधर उधर से मिलती रहती हैं. लग रहा है हम कतरी होने वाले हैं या नहीं होने वाले? इस पे कुछ आपके पास है खबर?
यार तकरीबन 2 hours before मेरी बात हो रही थी किसी से. I know we've seen all the reports. I know they've been in Manchester since yesterday. The whole consortium is there. The whole group of
representatives and everyone.
शेख जासिम.
हाँ, लेकिन ये जो मेरा दोस्त है, associate दोस्त कह सकते हो, he doesn't think they will succeed. But I don't know myself. I haven't heard about.
Why
Manchester
not?
United.
Like why don't?
He doesn't
अगर
think. He doesn't think they will succeed. उसकी reasons तो
इन्वेस्टमेंट आ जाएगा ग्लेजर्स के पास या ग्लेजर्स किसी और को बेच देंगे.
His reasons were a bit. I can't disclose everything what he was saying, but लेकिन उसकी थोड़ी सी ये सोच थी कि political stroke बस समझ जाए थोड़ा सा ना हो जाएगा ऐसे ना. They will favor something else unless they go beyond or how you say it,
above and beyond the price.
Above and beyond the price, and we know from reports that they're not prepared to do that. They're not क्या कहते हैं, they're not stupid.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I hope. I don't know what I hope.
I just hope कि they back Ten Hag. मतलब उसमें दिख रहा है उसका talent.
लेकिन सादिक भाई, लेकिन ये हमेशा सवाल आता है कि right, are you worried? Are you scared about Man United? I said no. Are you jealous of Man United? I said no. The only time I was scared and jealous of Man United was when Ferguson was there. That's got nothing to do with the money. You've always had money. You've just spent 600 million in the last year or two. Money is not a problem for you guys. वही बात आपकी बोल रहे थे ना कि money is not the issue, is how you spend it, the structure, people,
direction you put it in.
Exactly. So, the Qataris can come in. Whoever comes in is going to spend. You're not going to be spend more than what you've already spent because I don't think you're able to, according to FFP.
Spend the max. मतलब सबसे ज़्यादा हमने spend.
You will spend whatever you spend normally. You just spent 90 million on Anthony.
We spent 200 million in the last window. वो जो समझ गया था.
तो वही बात ना कि why should we be scared and jealous now?
I think
I'm only scared and jealous when you win. That's when I'm going to be jealous because you're winning again, not that you're rich again.
I just think Qatar से एक difference हो जाएगा. It's just not that summer में they can't spend 200, they're already spending it. It's just that वो January में ना, when they need a striker, instead of a loan signing for Wout Weghorst, they can actually compete for somebody like João Felix and everything. It's not going to be a shift of 100 million euros. It's just going to be that extra 20 million. Can you put that in January? That's the thing. And I think Qatar owners, if they really want to endear the fans and bring everyone on board with their ownership, देखो, majority really want Qatar ownership. That's no doubt about it. But it's for the, you'd say the local, like your MUST and all those people, if you really want to bring them in, it's just that आपको January में instead of loaning in Sabitzer, instead of loaning in Wout Weghorst, आप João Felix के लिए जा सकते हो. क्योंकि क्या हुआ था? The owners weren't willing to spend whatever 12-13 million on João Felix, right? आप Wout Weghorst की जगह João Felix की तरफ चले जाओगे. Similarly, Sabitzer की जगह you would go for some. सादिक भाई आप ब्रेक कर रहे थे, क्या कह रहे हो?
मैं कह रहा था गैक्पो का भी हमने पैसा अपफ्रंट देने के लिए मना किया था.
Right. So it's just going to be that little push of थोड़ा सा January में हम क्या 15, 20, 25 million और कर सकते हैं. That is all. it's not going to be 200 million, वो तुमके पास अभी भी है, बट क्या आप थ्रू आउट द ईयर कम्पीट कर सकते हो? जब आपको वो बस एक्स्ट्रा 25 मिलियन की पुश चाहिए फॉर कम्पीटिंग फॉर द टाइटल, विल यू बी पुटिंग इन दैट मनी? दैट्स आई थिंक द डिफरेंस दैट्स गोइंग टू बी Qatar's from there.
मैं I just want to butt in over here. The
यार
निधि
हम
विधि,
क्या हम इन कॉन्वर्सेशन में क्या पार्ट इन करें? हमारा
नहीं
हमारी
मैं सिर्फ
औकात ही नहीं
बता रहा
यार।
हूँ, मैं सिर्फ बता रहा हूँ as the निधि within me has risen, you know. बेसिकली आप यूनाइटेड के ओनर्स और लिवरपूल के ओनर्स को देख लो ना कि एक बात थी कि फुल सेल करनी है, मतलब पूरा क्लब बेचने के लिए तैयार है, नहीं तैयार है, वो जो भी है, बट अभी आपका जस्ट कंपेयर योर ईएसएल टू योर बिल्डिंग रीडेवलपमेंट, ओके, नाउ सडनली ईएसएल का आपको एक ल्योर आ गया एज एन ओनर, ओके, एंड स्पेशली ओनर लाइक एफएसजी जो 300 मिलियन में खरीदा अभी 3 बिलियन मांग रहे हैं। आपको 2 साल में हाइपोथेटिकली ये न्यूज आई है कि आपको खेलने के लिए एक X amount मिलेगा, which could be more than what you bought the fucking club for.
The first
ठीक है,
club,
every
the
year
initial
you will
club.
get that. So वो अभी हिचकिचाएंगे to sell the club. So maybe that could be another reason why United का deal थोड़ा टाइम लगे। मेरे को लग रहा है ESL could have a huge say in sales of clubs. एंड ये वही है ना, जैसे एज ए मिडिल क्लास मुंबई का मेरे को अगर बोलोगे मेरे को आज 1 करोड़ या 1.5 करोड़ 2 करोड़ मिल रहा है ये मकान का, फिर वो मैनेजर आके बोलेगा कि रीडेवलप में जाएगा 2 साल में तो ये आपको बड़ा घर मिलेगा वो 3 करोड़ का हो जाएगा, तो आप रुकोगे, आप हिचकिचाओगे अभी बेचने के लिए। ये वही है। आई थिंक नाउ वेटिंग गेम हो सकता है बिकॉज ऑफ ESL, जो डील शायद से इजीली हो सकती थी, नाउ द ग्लेजर्स विल थिंक कि मे बी वी कैन अर्न मोर मनी बिकॉज एट द एंड ऑफ द डे इट इज बिजनेस ना।
Let's see. Abhi exciting times, nervous times for all our clubs. Literally, Manchester United excited, nervous. Ducks definitely excited and nervous. Premier League. और हमारा चलो excitement less, nervousness more to see what is in the future. लेकिन we will be fine. I'm confident we'll be fine यार. ठीक हो जाएगा, सब ठीक हो जाएगा. People in the chat, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the stream today. Thank you very much for making his debut, and hopefully it's definitely not the last appearance from Sadiq Bhai. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed your company.
Absolutely. Thanks for calling me.
No problem. And of course, Daksh, we will be back hopefully next week. Usual time, usual place. Manas, anything else to say? Anything else to add? Ho gaya done.
Drink responsibly, that's it.
Drink responsibly.
I'm gonna next time remind me. We have to put a banner across.
Yeah. One thing. Everyone has to say one random thing, and like
your one is
drink responsibly.
Your one is drink responsibly. ठीक है भाई, हो गया शो, बहुत हो गया. बढ़िया.
धन्यवाद.
Take care. See you later.
See you guys.
Bye.